Yeah.
For a bit, and then I kind of got really into it. Stayed in the dark, like, you know, the one thing, that style that almost everybody had back in the day.
Now I'm going to preview the site for you before it launches tomorrow. This is a trial site for 3 months, the layout of it. I want to see how everybody responds to it. But I'm having a professional site built. It's just for now, this is what the site's going to look like. And for you who do not know, it's a blogazine. It's a blog and a magazine all in one. With my lovely contributors. My contributors, stand up, please. Ladies, my team.
Ladies! Well done. No, say what you just said to me.
Yeah, say it. Say it loud, say it proud.
Say it.
Hello.
Say it.
Pressure is on.
It's so nice to see so many black women in here supporting natural hair. That was awesome.
It's very, very true.
I love natural hair.
It's very true.
I love all that stuff.
I appreciate it when I see women with natural hair. You know, I'll stop on the street saying, it's beautiful.
You're just joining in because he got you.
No, it's true. Where's my back there? Where's my back? I represented when I came in.
That's true. There's a lot of women out there who feel that guys don't love women with natural hair. We love your hair to be straight and, you know, like Beyonce and all that stuff. But we do love natural hair.
That's not her hair, it's my one. You're not so bad. Like,
when I see a woman with that, like afro and natural, I'll say, the hair looks cool. I always do that.
Can you now tell the difference between
black
hair and lace front?
Of course. I can see. Of course, I can see that.
we should put up some
All the time.
100 yards, and it's because he's I actually want to do a YouTube video with him on his opinion on women with natural hair. His preferences now are natural hair. He looks at women with straight hair or with the very polished, slick look. For example, Beyonce, that kind of thing. He looks at it and he says that in his mind, it just doesn't look right. It doesn't look like it sits on a black woman's head. It's almost like you're wearing something that doesn't belong to you. I personally don't have anything against, if people want to wear wigs, that kind of thing, that's their business. But to me, it looks odd when you've got 22 inches of Chinese, Mongolian, Remy thing coming off your head. When God gave you a beautiful head of hair underneath. You just, my husband, from a guy's point of view as well, one thing he said to me was that when he was a teenager, his preference was skinny, light skin, straight hair. And now his whole idea of women has completely changed, and that's through me being involved in natural hair, me doing events and socialising with other women, and also when I do workshops and educating people and that kind of thing. He's now appreciating that. So that's something that he is also teaching to our sons. So I said to him, what are you going to do if they bring home a girl with eyelashes, hair, face full of makeup, contoured to heaven and back? He said he's going to stand at the door with a bucket of water. And then he's going to see what comes off. And if they want to know what their first date is, he says take them swimming, take them to a water tub. So maybe if you're talking to your husbands or your partners or your sons, that kind of thing, it's not all men that look at women with natural hair and think, oh, she's got attitude, she's a natural Nazi, blah blah. A lot of times they're looking at us and they're actually seeing the beauty, seeing the richness.
That's so true, because I remember like I have friends, black girls friends, and I know someone that do have tracks and relaxing, and I say to them, why don't you have natural hair? Like and a lot of them get angry. And I told them this, and like, well, I like my hair this way, and I'm like, okay, cool. What are you getting angry for? And I don't understand why you're getting upset. I'm telling you, like,
or some of them will say it's not for me.
Yeah.
Which is always a weird kind of thing when
So who are they doing it
it's
for?
part of your head. It's naturally you. But I think it's like a whole re-education thing that people just need. We're the only kind of people that dislike ourselves.
Do you know what? The other day I was in a hair shop in Croydon, and there was a little girl in there with their mum. They were African, and I came around the corner. I was with my kids. I came around the corner and I saw the little girl. She was like, "Oh, mommy, I want my hair to look like this." She went into the relaxer kit on the shelf, and she was like, "Oh no, I don't want the texturizer. I want the pattern. I want to look like the girl on the top." And the mum was saying, no, you're not ready for the relaxer. You only have the texturizer. And she's like, oh, I don't like the texturizer. I want to look pretty like the girl on the box. And I heard this and I was just like, I cannot shut up. I need to say something. So I came around and I said to the little girl, I was just like, so why don't you like your hair? And she said, oh, I want it to look like the one on the box. I want it to look pretty like that. And I said, but your hair is beautiful. She had real thick afro hair. And it was in plaits, but you could tell that it was quite coarse. And she goes, oh, no, it's not beautiful, Mummy says it's tough. And I looked at the mum, and the mum glared at me, and I thought to myself, you know what, I've got my children with me, so I'm not going to kick off the shop. But she was there, like, if a mother is telling her daughter that her hair is not beautiful enough, that her hair is too tough, that her hair is not manageable, and so this little girl is aspiring to move from a texturizer to a relaxer. That's her aspiration, to go from manageable to straight. Why? For me, it's both the mother and the child that need educating. The mother needs educating to show that child's hair, yes, it might be tough, it might be nappy, it might be knotty, but you can manage it, there are ways to manage it. And the daughter needed to know that the hair that was growing out of her head was beautiful. You know, the mum had long, weave that needed redoing and that kind of stuff. You know, that's what the daughter was seeing, and the daughter was basically taught by the mother. She couldn't have been any older than about 6, 7 or 8. And the mother had basically taught her that her hair was too tough. The only way it was going to be pretty is if she put a chemical texturizer on it in order to manage it. So it's not something, even though we all know this natural hair movement, we're promoting it, we're doing education, we're doing workshops, we're blogging and everything, but there's still children that are growing up with parents that don't know and aren't teaching their children. And some of it's down to ignorance, some of it's just down to lack of education. And I personally feel that the approach that we need to take is rather than shutting people down and saying, how dare you relax your child's hair, educate them to the health issues, educate them to teach them about their heritage and why it's beautiful, why you don't need to straighten it, why you don't need to alter your appearance to fit in. I will step down with my soapbox.
I want to go back to something you said about, you have a beautiful head of hair underneath. Even for those people who maybe they've got hair issues, breakage or this, that and the other, blah, 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 and they want to wear false hair because they're not ready to bear their problems to the world, most of us are still gravitating towards the Asian and Caucasian hair type. By all means, wear your wig, but why are you wearing the hair that's nothing like your hair? I think anyone, you can be free to do what you want, but if it's just because you're protecting your hair or because you have patches or whatever, you're still wearing this silky, shiny, straighty. And I mean, there's a tiny percent of black people whose hair is naturally straight, but for the most part, we have textured hair, whatever texture it is. Every other people, they're all wearing wigs, but it's undetectable because it matches their hair. But we now want our hair to match Mei Ying's hair. And not to Mei Ying. No, but come on. If I go in the wig shop, I want a wig that's called Tunde or
They're more expensive. You can make them yourself.
Yes, I did.
I was understand, but what if you're unable at the time? I know for me personally, I wear wigs and I wear straight wigs and wigs with a wave, like, not because I'm ashamed of my hair, but because I don't have the money. I don't have the money to spend 60, 70 pounds on those type of wigs, 100 pounds on those type of wigs, when I can go Brixton and get one for 19.99. That's just the way it is sometimes.
Get a straight hair wig and kinkify your wig.
Can I ask?
I've done it, it's not hard.
But I think what you do, sorry. You want to go first? Before you went natural, what do you do with your hair then?
Before I went natural, I relaxed my hair.
And did that cost them like more money as well?
That cost, well, I was in college, so I got a discount. So that was like £20. Yeah.
It's expensive.
It's for me, it's out of my budget. It's expensive, but you know what? It's so easy to do. It really is. I mean, I've got a video on my YouTube channel where I turn a silky straight Chinese lace wig into Afro kinky one, and I'll give you the link to my channel. But it's so easy to turn a straight wig into one that looks Afro.
Yeah.
All you do is plait it. Real small plaits, stick a boots perm kit on it, bam, it's done. That's Afro. And I've never heard of it before. This is the first time. The wig, it'll take me a while. There needs to be more of that. I don't feel like there's more of that. I didn't know that whole process took 1 day and cost $6.99. That's even cheaper than my night. If you've got the hair already, that's all you need to do to it.
I had straight tracks and I made it into a wig. Put it on perm rods, and then you boil it for like an hour, and then you let the wig. Yeah, you boil it. That's how they process. That's how they process straight hair, simple hair. They do the steam processing. So you boil it for like an hour or however long you boil it for, depending on how long the wig is. Take it out, let it cool down. When it's completely cool, then you take your perm rods out. And then it's going to be like a curly, and then you're going to brush it and you're going to get a big fro. But that's how they steam process. When they say it's virgin hair, it's unprocessed. Of course it's not, because Chinese people is not Afro. So how can you tell me it's unprocessed hair if it's kinky? But they steam process it, so it means it's not chemically treated.
And if you're using human hair, if you have chemically processed it to kinky hair, then it acts like natural hair. So if you straighten it, it'll go straight. Back. If it gets wet, it'll
keep back up. It keeps back up when you do it. But
the thing is, all I used to do is I used to buy lace wigs direct from China, process them, and sell them back to my husband. And it's just such an easy process to do, and to think of the cost of buying it in that condition. It's just ridiculous. It's time consuming, but it's so easy. And if people knew how to do it, they wouldn't be going around with silk straight horse hair.
The thing is, I think I'm going to say devil's advocate, because I've worked in a salon before, and so I see the two sides. But I think for me personally, I don't like straightening my own hair. I really don't. So even when I see girls with natural hair and it's really long and they're straightened, I'm just like, that's good for you, but I just don't like straightens on my hair. So if I'm gonna have a straight hairstyle, it is gonna be that slick, shiny weave or wig or whatever, because I know I can happily straighten it, I can put it in the coloured one, but I'm not doing that to my hair. So it's like, I know there is the idea that some people think, oh, it's because they don't like their own hair. It's just that all that crap I do to that hair, I won't do it on my own hair. I can bleach it, colour it, throw everything on that, but that's the weave hair, it's not mine. So when my hair is out, most people see me with my little very, very tight curls. Or they come to here, it goes up to there. So it's like, when my hair's out, you see it with plaits, with twists, or just out in the fro. But when it's in a weave, it'll be something that I can twist here, straighten that there, curl this, but that ain't happening to my hair. So
I straightened my hair once a couple of years, but before I had locks, I straightened my hair once, and I spent ages doing it. I practically fried it straight, and then I looked at it in the mirror afterwards, and I was just like, it just doesn't work. I got it so sleek and so straight from the root to the tip, and I just looked at myself, and I was just like, it doesn't fit me, it doesn't represent me. And then when I tried to get it back Afro, I lost my girl. Because I followed some bad advice. I used oil and
oh, that's crazy. Like, cooking the hair, basically.
Before I knew that, all I knew is
like you can have it in a style for a few weeks, so just put it in a wig, wear it somewhere and take it off. You know, your hair's still lovely underneath.
I'm not anti-straight hair, or I'm not anti-blonde hair, or I'm pro-choice. But my only issue is when women who don't have straight hair only think that straight hair is beautiful and only wear straight hair.
For me, I could do all of that